Every one of us has been told to train harder, to push further, to grind longer. But what if I told you the real secret to building stronger muscles, faster recovery, and lasting energy doesn't happen in the gym? It happens when you close your eyes at night. You see, your body isn't just resting while you sleep, it's repairing, rebuilding, and recharging. And there's one supplement backed by science, rooted in human physiology, that can accelerate that process in ways most people don't even realize. I'm not talking about hype. I'm talking about what happens at the cellular level when your body turns stress and strain into growth and strength. Tonight, when you lie down, your muscles can either break down or they can rebuild stronger than ever. The difference comes down to one thing. This is the secret supplement that repairs your muscles overnight. And once you understand it, you'll never look at recovery the same way again. When most people think about building muscle, they imagine the long hours in the gym, the endless sets, the sweat dripping down as they push through the last rep. They believe the key to transformation lies in the intensity of the workout itself, in the visible effort poured out in that moment. And while the training stimulus is critical, it is only one part of the equation. The real work of repair, growth, and strengthening does not happen while you're lifting weights or running sprints. It happens when you are still, when the lights are out, and when your body slips into deep sleep. This is the hidden dimension of fitness that far too many overlook. Muscle fibers that were torn under resistance, connective tissues strained by exertion, and energy systems depleted by effort all undergo their true recovery, not when you are awake, but when you are asleep. It's in those unseen hours, while the world is quiet and your mind is drifting, that your body orchestrates a symphony of repair processes that restore balance and build resilience. Deep sleep is not merely a passive state where the mind turns off and the body rests. It is an active, highly coordinated biological repair shop where hormones are released, proteins are synthesized, and tissues are rebuilt stronger than before. If you think about it, this makes sense from an evolutionary perspective. Human beings have always needed periods of restoration to survive the stress of daily exertion. In ancient times, survival meant physical labor, long walks, hunting, building, and enduring the natural elements. The body adapted by developing a nightly reset mechanism, deep sleep, to ensure the next day could be faced with renewed strength. Today, we may not all be hunting or farming, but our training, our stress, and even our daily posture exert enormous wear and tear on the body. Without deep sleep, that wear accumulates, recovery stalls, and growth never fully materialize. You can put in hours in the gym, but if you cheat yourself on sleep, the progress remains half-built, like a house without a foundation. At the heart of this process are growth hormones, one of the most potent tools the body possesses for repair. These hormones peak during the deepest stages of non-REM sleep. They trigger protein synthesis, stimulate the repair of damaged muscle fibers, and mobilize fat for energy so that the body can prioritize tissue reconstruction. Imagine every small tear in your muscle from lifting being stitched back together, but stronger, denser, and more resilient than before. This is the magic of deep sleep. Without this phase, the body remains in a state of incomplete repair. It's why so many athletes and everyday people alike hit plateaus in their performance or complain about persistent soreness. They focus on training harder, but the harder they train, the more they neglect the critical ingredient that allows the training to take root: deep, restorative sleep. But sleep is not just about growth hormone. It is also about the body's ability to balance and reset the nervous system. Throughout the day, especially during intense workouts, the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight mode, dominates. Adrenaline pumps, cortisol rises, and the body is in a heightened state of stress. While this is necessary to power through exertion, living too long in that state wears the body down. Deep sleep allows the parasympathetic nervous system to take over, bringing heart rate down, lowering blood pressure, and allowing the body to focus entirely on recovery. In these hours, the immune system becomes more active, inflammation is regulated, and oxidative stress is countered. The significance of this cannot be overstated. Muscle growth is not just about stacking protein onto fibers. It is about reducing the damage that prevents fibers from rebuilding effectively. Without the balancing role of deep sleep, the body stays in a catabolic state, breaking down more than it builds up. Consider the cycle of training and recovery as a loop. You stress the muscles in the gym, you feed them with nutrition, and then you allow them to repair through sleep. If any of these three links in the chain is weak, the results falter. You can eat the best diet in the world and still see limited progress if you are consistently sleeping only 4 to 5 hours. The processes triggered in deep sleep require time. It is during the third and fourth cycles of sleep, often occurring in the later hours of the night, that some of the most powerful repair mechanisms take place. Cutting sleep short means cutting off the very phase of recovery that gives you the greatest gains. This is why elite athletes often prioritize sleep with the same seriousness they give to nutrition and training. They understand that without it, their body cannot adapt to the stress they impose on it. What many people misunderstand is that sleep quality matters just as much as quantity. Tossing and turning through the night, waking up multiple times, or living in an environment filled with artificial light and noise disrupts the sleep cycle. The body may technically be in bed for 7 or 8 hours, but without reaching those deep stages of restorative sleep, the benefits are compromised. Caffeine consumed too late in the day, screens glowing into the evening, inconsistent sleep schedules, all of these chip away at the body's ability to sink into deep, uninterrupted rest. And every time you miss that deep repair, you carry forward fatigue into the next day, making training harder, recovery slower, and progress less visible. The lack of deep sleep is like trying to refuel a car, but stopping the pump too early. You may get a little fuel, but you're never filling the tank to the level you need. When we zoom into the cellular level, the importance of deep sleep becomes even more astonishing. Inside your muscle fibers, tiny mitochondria, the powerhouses of the cell, are being repaired and multiplied. These mitochondria are what provide energy for contraction, endurance, and resilience. Damaged mitochondria reduce output, making you tire faster and recover slower. But during deep sleep, the body clears out dysfunctional mitochondria and replaces them with stronger, healthier ones. This mitochondrial renewal is a cornerstone of both performance and longevity. It means that every night, if you give your body what it needs, you're not just preparing for the next workout, you're investing in your long-term capacity to remain strong and active. Beyond muscles, deep sleep affects the connective tissues, tendons, ligaments, joints that often suffer as much, if not more, from training. These tissues recover more slowly than muscle fibers, making them particularly vulnerable to overuse injuries if recovery is neglected. Collagen synthesis, the process that strengthens these tissues, is accelerated during deep sleep. This is why athletes who prioritize sleep often find themselves with fewer injuries, shorter recovery times, and greater resilience to repetitive strain. They are not just building bigger muscles, they are building stronger support structures around those muscles. It's also essential to recognize the role of sleep in mental recovery. Training hard is not just a physical act, it is also mental exertion. Pushing through pain, focusing on form, and staying disciplined requires cognitive resilience. Sleep restores neurotransmitters, consolidates memory, and clears waste from the brain through the glymphatic system. This mental reset allows you to return to your training with sharper focus, stronger willpower, and a more positive mindset. Without it, even the most motivated individuals can burn out, lose consistency, or suffer from decreased performance due to mental fatigue. A strong body cannot be built without a strong mind, and a strong mind cannot be maintained without restorative sleep. Think of deep sleep as the hidden gym session you don't see, the silent workout where your body is lifting, repairing, and strengthening without conscious effort. It is as vital, if not more vital, than the hours you spend under a barbell or pounding the pavement, and yet it is the most neglected element of fitness. People proudly talk about their new workout routine, their latest diet trend, or their supplementation stack, but few boast about the discipline of guarding their sleep as fiercely as their training. Yet, this is the very place where the body's transformation is sealed. Sleep is the multiplier. It amplifies the benefits of your training and nutrition, and without it, even the most perfect program remains incomplete. If you want to see consistent progress, if you want to recover faster, and if you want to build not just bigger muscles, but a healthier, stronger body, the first place to look is not at another supplement, not at another exercise variation, but at the quality and depth of your sleep. Every night offers you a chance to rebuild. Every night is a hidden opportunity to accelerate progress or sabotage it. The choice is in how you prepare yourself for that deep restorative state where true repair takes place. When we talk about supplementation, most people immediately think of protein powders, creatine, pre-workouts, or maybe even vitamins and minerals. These are important tools, no doubt, but there is one supplement that stands above the rest when it comes to maximizing overnight muscle regeneration, and it is one that most people underestimate. This supplement has the power to amplify the natural repair processes that occur while you sleep, working synergistically with the body's own biological rhythms to ensure that the damage caused by training is transformed into stronger, healthier, and more resilient tissue. What makes this supplement unique is not only its direct impact on muscle recovery, but also its profound influence on energy restoration, hormone balance, and cellular repair. It's not a magic pill, it's science working in alignment with the way the human body was designed to restore itself. The foundation of muscle regeneration lies in protein synthesis. Every rep, every set, every strain you place on your body causes micro tears in muscle fibers. These tears signal the body to repair, and through repair comes growth. But this process is nutrient dependent, and it requires building blocks. The supplement in question provides those building blocks in a concentrated, bioavailable form that the body can immediately use during the night when your body enters its most anabolic state, fueled by deep sleep and growth hormone surges. This supplement ensures that the raw materials needed for protein synthesis are present in abundance. Without it, the body must scavenge, often pulling from less ideal reserves, slowing down recovery and limiting growth. With it, however, the body can work efficiently, stitching together fibers, laying down new proteins, and strengthening tissue with precision and speed. But it's not only about muscle tissue. Energy systems themselves are recharged by the presence of this supplement. Training depletes glycogen, and while carbohydrates replenish this store, the deeper replenishment, the restoration of mitochondrial efficiency, requires amino acids, cofactors, and substrates that this supplement delivers. Think about what happens when you wake up after a night of poor recovery. You feel sluggish, your muscles feel heavy, and your mind lacks sharpness. This is a direct reflection of incomplete energy restoration at the cellular level. Mitochondria, the engines inside your cells, are where energy is created. They need repair just as much as muscle fibers do, and the compounds provided by this supplement are critical to that repair. As the mitochondria are restored, your body's capacity to produce energy increases, leaving you not only stronger, but also more resilient for the training to come. Another critical factor is hormone regulation. Training, stress, and even daily life can elevate cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. Elevated cortisol interferes with muscle recovery, promotes fat storage, and leaves you feeling drained. At night, cortisol should naturally decline, paving the way for growth hormone and testosterone, two of the most anabolic hormones in the body, to take the lead. This supplement helps blunt excessive cortisol while supporting the optimal secretion of anabolic hormones, ensuring that your internal environment favors repair rather than breakdown. By taking advantage of the natural hormonal cycles that occur during sleep, the supplement acts almost like a key, unlocking the body's full regenerative potential. Without it, those cycles may be blunted, leaving recovery incomplete and growth slower. The immune system also plays a central role in muscle repair. Every training session causes a degree of inflammation, and while some inflammation is necessary to signal adaptation, excessive or prolonged inflammation hinders recovery. The compounds in this supplement provide anti-inflammatory support without completely shutting down the process. Instead of blocking the signals needed for growth, they regulate them, keeping the immune system in balance so that it can clear out damaged tissue, while simultaneously laying down the foundation for new, stronger muscle. This balance is delicate, and it's one reason why simply training harder without focusing on recovery can lead to injuries, overtraining, or chronic fatigue. And by integrating this supplement, you help the body walk that fine line between breakdown and buildup, ensuring that inflammation serves its purpose without overstaying its welcome. Beyond muscles, tendons, and energy, there is the matter of the central nervous system. People often forget that training is not just a muscular event, it is a neurological one. The nervous system governs how muscles fire, how motor units are recruited, and how fatigue accumulates. Heavy training taxes the nervous system just as much as it taxes the muscles. Recovery, therefore, must include neurological repair, and this supplement supports that by providing nutrients that calm the nervous system, replenish neurotransmitters, and promote restful sleep. When the nervous system is restored, motor coordination improves, reaction times sharpen, and overall performance rises. It is this hidden benefit of supplementation that often goes unnoticed, but makes a dramatic difference in long-term progress. Now consider the synergy between supplementation and sleep. Sleep by itself is powerful, but sleep paired with the right supplement becomes a force multiplier. As you drift into deep sleep and your body ramps up its repair machinery, the supplement ensures that every process has the fuel and raw material it needs to run at full capacity. It's like walking into a construction site where all the workers are ready, but without the bricks and mortar, they cannot build. The supplement provides those bricks and mortar at the exact moment when the builders, your cells, are most active. This timing is everything. Taking the right supplement before rest allows your body to capitalize on the anabolic window of the night rather than leaving that window half utilized. The beauty of this supplement is also its accessibility. Unlike exotic compounds or complicated regimens, it is something that integrates seamlessly into a daily routine. It does not require elaborate preparation or extreme changes to lifestyle, yet its impact is disproportionate compared to its simplicity. It provides the kind of overnight support that compounds over weeks and months, translating into noticeable differences in strength, recovery speed, and muscle development. The difference may not be obvious after one night, but over time, the accumulation of small improvements results in profound change. You wake up less sore, you can train more consistently, and you find yourself progressing when others plateau. That is the power of recovery, amplified by the right support. It is also worth noting that this supplement's role extends beyond athletes. Even those who train recreationally or those who face physical demands in their daily lives stand to benefit immensely. Muscle breakdown and repair are universal processes, not reserved only for bodybuilders or elite competitors. Whether you're a runner, a construction worker, or someone simply trying to maintain strength and vitality as you age, your muscles face stress and require repair. This supplement doesn't just support peak performance, it supports everyday resilience. It helps protect against the creeping decline that comes with age where recovery slows, energy wanes, and injuries linger. By accelerating overnight repair, it keeps the body youthful, responsive, and capable, even in the face of advancing years. There is also the psychological side to consider. Waking up feeling restored creates a momentum that carries into the day. When your body feels strong, your mind follows. You are more likely to stick to your training program, more motivated to push yourself, and more confident in your progress. Conversely, waking up sore, drained, or sluggish makes it easy to skip workouts, cut corners, or lose focus. This supplement, by enhancing overnight recovery, tilts the balance in your favor, making it easier to stay disciplined and consistent. Consistency is the ultimate key to transformation, and anything that supports it becomes invaluable. What makes this truly remarkable is how invisible the process is. You take the supplement, you sleep, and your body quietly goes to work. No fanfare, no immediate fireworks, but night after night the repair accumulates. It is like compound interest in finance, small, steady gains that grow into something far greater than the sum of their parts. Muscles don't just recover, they evolve. energy doesn't just return, it multiplies. And over time, you find yourself in a place you never thought possible, not because of what you did in the gym alone, but because of what you allowed your body to do at night with the right support. When you begin to understand recovery not just as the absence of activity, but as an active, dynamic, and cellular process, you realize that the key to long-term progress is not only in how hard you train, but in how well your body transforms stress into adaptation. At the very center of this transformation is the way your cells repair themselves overnight. Every contraction, every heavy lift, every sprint tears at muscle fibers, depletes energy reserves, and creates microscopic damage. Far from being a setback, this damage is the signal the body uses to grow, but without the mechanisms to properly respond, that signal remains incomplete, and the effort invested in training fades without reward. Cellular repair is the hidden engine that turns short-term strain into long-term strength. And the quality of that repair determines not only the speed of recovery, but also the magnitude of growth. It is here, deep within the microscopic structures of muscle fibers, mitochondria, and connective tissues, that the true magic of progress is decided. When you look at a muscle fiber under a microscope after intense training, you would see tiny disruptions in the alignment of the filaments, small tears in the myofibrils, and stress across the sarcomeres. These are the micro-injuries that make you feel sore the next day. They may seem insignificant, but they are precisely what triggers the body to respond. In the hours that follow, cells rush to the site of damage, inflammatory markers rise, and immune cells begin clearing out. Then, with the right resources, satellite cells, the stem cells of the muscle, become activated. They multiply, fuse with damaged fibers, and add nuclei to muscle cells, increasing their capacity to grow larger and stronger. This process does not occur in isolation. It requires the orchestration of hormones, amino acids, enzymes, and the deep energy reserves of the cell. All of this orchestration intensifies during sleep, particularly during the slow wave stages where the body's anabolic machinery shifts into overdrive. What looks like stillness on the outside is actually a flurry of cellular construction on the inside. Mitochondria, the small energy factories in each cell, play a central role in this process. They are responsible for converting nutrients into ATP, the currency of energy. Training depletes and stresses mitochondria, often creating reactive oxygen species that can damage cellular components. If left unrepaired, this damage accumulates, leading to fatigue, slower recovery, and reduced performance. But at night, during deep restorative sleep, the body engages in mitophagy, a process where damaged mitochondria are broken down and cleared out. Simultaneously, mitochondrial biogenesis occurs, producing new, healthier mitochondria. This renewal ensures that when you wake up, your cells are not only repaired, but actually more efficient at producing energy than they were before. This is why consistent quality sleep makes training feel progressively easier over time, and why fatigue sets in so quickly when sleep is cut short. The health of your mitochondria reflects the health of your performance, and that health is forged in the hours of unconscious repair. Collagen synthesis is another vital aspect of cellular repair that happens at night. Muscles do not work alone. They are anchored by tendons and supported by ligaments. These connective tissues bear enormous strain during movement, often more than the muscles themselves. Unlike muscle fibers, which have abundant blood supply, connective tissues recover slowly. This is why injuries to tendons and ligaments linger, and why prevention through proper recovery is critical. During deep sleep, fibroblasts, the cells responsible for producing collagen, become more active, laying down new fibers and reinforcing these structures. Stronger tendons and ligaments mean not only fewer injuries, but also greater stability and power transfer in every movement. A chain is only as strong as its weakest link, and without nightly collagen repair, the chain of performance eventually breaks. Hormones weave through every stage of this process like conductors in an orchestra. Growth hormone surges during deep sleep, driving protein synthesis and tissue repair. Testosterone, critical for muscle growth and strength, also peaks during the night, particularly in men who maintain healthy sleep cycles. Cortisol, the stress hormone, naturally declines in the evening, allowing the body to shift into an anabolic state. But when sleep is disrupted or shortened, these hormonal rhythms are thrown off balance. Cortisol remains elevated, growth hormone release is blunted, and testosterone declines. The result is slower recovery, greater muscle breakdown, and increased fat storage. The body becomes stuck in a catabolic loop where breakdown exceeds repair. The beauty of proper sleep, enhanced by the right supplementation, is that it realigns these hormonal rhythms, ensuring the body operates in a state of repair rather than decay. The nervous system's role in cellular repair is equally profound. Training is not just a stress on muscles, but on the central and peripheral nervous systems. Every explosive movement requires motor neurons to fire, synapses to signal, and neurotransmitters to flow. These systems fatigue, and without restoration, motor unit recruitment falters. You may feel weaker, clumsier, or slower even if your muscles are technically capable. Sleep provides the nervous system with the chance to replenish neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and acetylcholine. It recalibrates the excitability of neurons, ensuring that when you wake, your nervous system can once again coordinate muscles with precision and power. Cellular repair here is not only about rebuilding muscle fibers, but about restoring the very electrical circuits that allow muscles to function in harmony. Cellular repair also extends to the immune system, which plays a dual role in muscle recovery. On one hand, immune cells create inflammation to clear out damaged tissue. On the other, they regulate inflammation to prevent it from becoming chronic. During sleep, immune function becomes more efficient. Natural killer cells increase, cytokine production balances, and the immune system clears away cellular debris. Without proper rest, inflammation lingers, creating an environment that slows down muscle regeneration and promotes fatigue. Cellular repair during sleep fine-tunes the immune response, allowing it to serve as a catalyst for adaptation rather than a roadblock. This balance is what allows consistent progress without the setbacks of overtraining or prolonged soreness. Now, nutrition and supplementation tie into this process by providing the raw materials cells need to execute repair. Amino acids form the building blocks of proteins, vitamins, and minerals act as cofactors in enzymatic reactions, and antioxidants reduce oxidative stress that would otherwise damage cellular components. Without these inputs, even the most well-orchestrated repair process grinds to a halt. Think of it as a construction crew ready to rebuild a damaged structure. The workers are skilled, the blueprints are in place, and the energy is available, but without bricks, steel, and concrete, the building cannot be completed. Supplementation ensures that the workers inside your body never run out of materials. This synergy between sleep and supplementation creates an environment where cellular repair operates at maximum efficiency night after night. And over time, the cumulative effect of nightly cellular repair transforms the body in ways that go beyond just muscle growth. Energy levels rise, resilience increases, and overall health improves. Chronic diseases linked to inflammation, oxidative stress, and hormonal imbalance are pushed back, and longevity itself is enhanced. Cellular repair is not just about recovering for the next workout, it is about maintaining the vitality of the body across years and decades. Muscles that recover well remain functional longer. Joints that repair nightly stay flexible and pain-free. A nervous system that resets each night maintains sharpness and focus into old age. The transformation is holistic, touching every system of the body, because at its core, cellular repair is the renewal of life itself. When you look at those who excel in strength, endurance, or physical health, you often find that their edge is not in some secret training method, but in their consistency with recovery. They respect the process of cellular repair, they guard their sleep, nourish their bodies, and allow the nightly rebuilding to do its work. This is what separates those who plateau from those who continue to progress. Stress alone does not create growth. Stress, without recovery, creates breakdown. It is recovery powered by deep sleep, cellular repair, and the right supplementation that converts stress into adaptation, weakness into strength, and strain into resilience. This is the great secret hidden in plain sight, that every cell in your body holds the potential for renewal, and each night is an invitation to unlock that potential